Most gardeners damage the very system that feeds their plants without realizing it. They dig too often, overwork the soil, and constantly break up the underground fungal networks that plants depend on. Once that structure is disrupted, nutrients may still be present in the soil, but plants cannot access them efficiently. That's why gardens can be heavily fertilized and still produce weak growth. The issue is not always a lack of nutrients, it's a broken biological delivery system inside the soil. Before we go deeper, I've tested root zone behavior in real garden beds using a 4-in-1 soil moisture meter that measures moisture, pH, temperature, and sunlight intensity. One thing it consistently reveals is how different the root zone is from what the surface suggests. The top layer may look fine while deeper soil is compacted, dry, or biologically inactive. I'll leave the exact one I use in the description if you want to check it out. It helps you stop guessing and actually see what's happening below the surface. Now let's break down what mycelium is actually doing inside productive soil systems. Why mycelium is the real nutrient highway. Mycelium is an underground fungal network that connects soil particles, organic matter, and plant roots into a living communication system. Instead of plants struggling alone to find nutrients, they tap into this fungal network that transports and exchanges resources across the soil. This is why healthy fungal soil often produces stronger plants even without heavy fertilizer use. The biology is doing part of the feeding work. The mistake most gardeners make is focusing only on fertilizer inputs while ignoring the living structure that makes those inputs usable. The mycelium trick that builds a stronger root zone. The goal is not to add fungi directly, but to create conditions where mycelium naturally expands. The first step is reducing unnecessary soil disturbance. Deep digging and constant turning break fungal pathways. Instead, I keep the soil structure mostly intact and only lightly loosen the surface when needed. Next is feeding the soil biology consistently, not aggressively. Thin layers of compost or organic matter work better than heavy applications all at once. This gives fungi a steady food source instead of overwhelming breakdown cycles. One simple method I use is layering partially decomposed organic matter under mulch. This creates a moist, protected zone where fungal networks naturally spread between decomposing material and plant roots. In active beds, this often leads to visible white fungal threads forming in the soil over time, which is a sign of strong biological activity. How mycelium improves the root environment. Once fungal networks establish, they begin functioning as nutrient highways. Organic matter breaks down more efficiently, minerals become more available to roots, and moisture moves more evenly through the soil profile. Roots no longer have to search aggressively for nutrients, they access them through fungal connections. In real garden beds, this shows up as deeper green foliage, more stable growth, and better resilience during heat or irregular watering. The improvement is not just visual, it is structural inside the soil. The biggest mistake that destroys mycelium. The most common mistake is over-tilling or constantly disturbing the soil. Every time soil is heavily turned, fungal networks are physically broken. While they can recover, repeated disruption keeps them in a constant rebuilding cycle instead of a stable functioning system. Another mistake is overwatering. Excess water reduces oxygen in the root zone, which slows fungal activity. Even poor drainage or compacted soil can block fungal expansion. Why mulch is critical for fungal development. Mulch is one of the most important tools for supporting mycelium. Organic mulch slowly breaks down and feeds the fungal network beneath it. It also protects soil moisture and temperature stability, both of which are essential for fungal growth. In beds where mulch is consistently maintained, fungal activity becomes more stable and widespread compared to bare soil systems. This stability is what leads to long-term soil productivity instead of short-term growth bursts. How I apply this in real garden systems in raised beds: I avoid deep mixing and instead focus on layered organic inputs with consistent mulch coverage. This allows fungal networks to develop vertically through the soil profile. In container systems, I use lighter organic amendments and careful watering control, because fungal systems in pots are more sensitive to imbalance. In degraded soil, I rebuild structure slowly instead of forcing quick corrections. The goal is always stability first, then biological expansion. One key observation is that mycelium responds more to consistency than intensity. Small repeated improvements outperform large one-time interventions. What happens when the root zone becomes fungal dominant? When fungal networks stabilize, soil begins functioning as a self-regulating ecosystem. Nutrient cycling becomes more efficient, root systems expand more effectively, and plants handle stress better. You start relying less on external fertilizers because the soil itself becomes more biologically active and self-sustaining. In one bed I monitored over time, previously weak plants began producing stable, consistent growth without major input changes once fungal activity was restored. The system itself had shifted. The deeper lesson behind mycelium gardening healthy soil is not just dirt with nutrients. It is a living biological network where fungi, microbes, and plant roots work together. Mycelium is the connector that makes that system function. When you protect it, soil becomes more efficient at handling water, nutrients, and organic matter naturally. And when you monitor conditions using tools like the 4-in-1 soil moisture meter, you start seeing how biological changes translate into real improvements in the root zone. If there's one takeaway, it's this: stop feeding just the plant, start supporting the network that feeds the plant. If this helped you, subscribe to Farmagic for more practical soil science applied in real gardens. Share it with another gardener still overworking their soil, and I'll see you in the next one.